show up when the Sundogs take on the California Quakes and Sean Atkinson.
Richard, it was a complete act. I knew it all along. Now everybody knows it. The real dirt has come out, baby. I tell you what, time to clean up.
Atkinson and his California Quakes square off tonight against Richard Brown and the Florida Sundogs. Every time they meet, it's a rough and brutal showdown. And it's next. So, are you ready to roller jam? Hello, everybody, and welcome from Orlando, Florida. Tonight, the World Skating League brings you a terrific matchup. It's going to be the California Quakes against the Florida Sundogs, two of the marquee teams in the World Skating League. We're very happy to have you with us. I'm Rory Marcus, and tonight, of course, we'll talk about the Quakes in a moment. But first, let's look at the Florida Sundogs, because some very interesting things happening with the Sundogs as they come into tonight's game. On the plus side for the Sundogs, they get their captain back on the women's side. Denise Loden, returning from a leg injury, but she is ready to go. I saw her at practice earlier today, asked her how she felt, and she said, let's go, let's lace them up. I'm ready to go. So Denise Loden on the women's side for the Sundogs, very anxious to get this game going against the California Quakes. On the men's side, what about little Richard Brown? We've seen a different side of Richard Brown lately, and it's not a particularly nice side. He's been a little bit mean, a little bit nasty out there on the track. So we don't know exactly which Richard Brown will show up for the Sundogs tonight. I'm sure that question will be answered when they take to the track, and I'm sure the California Quakes are a little curious about that too. We were curious about it, so we sat down and asked Richard Brown about it. We didn't get much of an answer, though.
Richard, how are you going to skate today, like a Sundog or a Quake?
I have no comment.
And, of course, for the California Quakes, Captain Sean Atkinson says, Brown's just a ticking time bomb. Atkinson says, watch me, I'll make that time bomb go off. Now let's go trackside. Here's Ken Resnick and Lee Hawk Rearman.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the only team that registers a 7.0 on the Richter scale, the California Quakes!
There they are, the California Quakes, certainly an enigma here in the World Skating League. You would think they would be closely knit, but it is absolutely anything but the case.
Well, these guys like to show off, and I know that the women epitomized by the Bod Squad. Here we get a good shot of the Bod Squad coming up for the introduction. These guys always seem to want to stand out, and a lot of times it affects their play.
And there you see them. There is the Bod Squad doing the Quake shake, and there, of course, Captain Sean Atkinson. Sometimes he just travels with the beat of a different drummer. Let's go back to Tom Jackson.
Now, hoping to crush the Quakes, your hometown team, the Florida Sundogs!
And certainly a lot of questions that need to be answered today by these Florida Sundogs, very popular with the crowd. There you see Denise Loden, a lot of questions about her knee. It's been injured very often throughout the World Skating League season. And of course, Richard Brown. There you see Debbie Rice, a speed skater. Richard Brown right there. Which Richard Brown will show up? The clean skating Richard Brown or the dirty skater, Edmonton Oilers Posse Chalene? A lot of people looking to him to take over the leadership of Richard Brown. And of course, Denise Loden, without question, the quarterback of the Sundogs. In fact, Denise Loden will, of course, be starting for these Florida Sundogs, along with the speedster Debbie Rice, Danielle Pandelang, Suzanne Chalene, and Kathy Evangelo. And for the California Quakes, it's Jamie Konomak, Sidney Zimmerman, Stacey Blitz, the Bod Squad, the speedster Amy Craig, and rounding out the starting lineup, Nate Urban. As always, when each period starts in the WSL, the Jammers stand right out the bat. It's Gina Lombardo coming out for the Florida Sundogs, and for the California Quakes, two Bod Squatters, Jamie Konomak and Cindy Zimmerman. Here they come right there. Gina Lombardo, the Cream Corn Wrestling Champion, in the lead.
And that's Gina Lombardo, number 38. Holloman Hills, the Bod Squad member, Jamie Konomak. And obviously, it could turn out to be a physical game. We're not even 30 seconds in, and these guys are going at it already, Ken.
Both Bod Squatters now. It's 2-on-9 as Gina Lombardo went down. This is Zimmerman and Jamie Konomak. Golden opportunity for the California Quakes. There you see a double block being set up. Suzanne And Stacy Blitz now trying to break the double block. She does just that. And both Bod Squatters go through. Konomak and Zimmerman put points on the board.
And you saw some uncharacteristic teamwork by the Bod Squad member. Stacy Blitz came up on the... here you see Stacy Blitz breaking the block of the two Sundogs. Paves the way for 38 Jamie Konomak and her partner in the Bod Squad. We see all three of them. Right here we see a big shot by Jamie Konomak.
Remember, here in the WSL, the only way you score is once the jammers have left the field and passed the blockers, and that's exactly what the California Quakes did, and we are underway with jam number 2. And right after that, the long legs of Heather Sunderman break out, and it's Kathy Evangelo for the Sundogs. This is Sunderman now, Evangelo in the lead as they come around the turn. And coming up, it is also Debbie Rice now is breaking out along the streets, Randy Craig, but in the lead it's Sunderman and Evangelo. Big elbow from Sunderman. Evangelo able to stay on her feet as we approach 30 seconds. This is Evangelo and Sunderman as Rice and Craig are far back. They're trying to close, but you're looking right now at the two lead jammers, Heather Sunderman and Kathy Evangelo, as they come around the corner now. They're trying to close it on the pack.
And these two skaters have very similar skating styles that seems to lend itself to speed. I don't know how either one of them fares physically, though, in this rough game if it gets too rough.
And again, it's always Denise Lowe in the back, the big elbow. Down goes Sunderman. Great move by the quarterback. Kathy Evangelo goes right into the rail. And here comes Debbie Rice, who closed on the pass, got fired from the big block of Denise Loden. Calls off the jam. Now take a look at Denise Loden and Stacy Blitz.
And we seem to have this replay every time these two come together. The Bod Squatters, Denise Loden has threatened that the Bod Squatters better show their true colors tonight.
We'll be back with more action right after this.
It's the California Quakes 3 and the Florida Sundogs 1. And for the Quakes, the Bod Squad up to their usual antics. Stacy Blitz setting the tone with the monster block. Right now, let's go back to trackside.
It is 3-1 Quakes, and this jam is underway. Very, so far, physical game on both sides. And now breaking out, trying to come out, wearing the jammer helmet is Denise Loden, the quarterback of the Florida Sundogs. Stacy Blitz takes the whip, and out is Loden and Blitz. We're out.
As we were mentioning, well, Denise Loden, as we were mentioning last jam, has said the Bod Squatters are a fraud. If you could expose them, it's just being pretty.
It's the California Quakes 3 and the Florida Sundogs 1. And for the Quakes, the Bod Squad up to their usual antics. Stacy Blitz setting the tone with the monster block. Right now, let's go back to trackside.
It is 3-1 Quakes, and this jam is underway. Very, so far, physical game on both sides. And now breaking out, trying to come out, wearing the jammer helmet is Denise Loden, the quarterback of the Florida Sundogs. Stacy Blitz takes the whip, and out is Loden and Blitz. Remember, they almost squared off just moments ago. This one ought to be very physical.
Well, Denise Loden, as we were mentioning last jam, has said the Bod Squatters are a fraud. If you could expose them as just being pretty without any skating ability, well, if this early action is any indication, it could get ugly, Ken.
And down goes Stacy Blitz with the big elbow of Denise Loden. Now Denise Loden all alone, closing on the pack. This is Loden, a big chance for the Sundogs to catch up on the score. Denise Loden, we've talked about many times, the quarterback, and here she comes. And you see the Quakes now setting up for the double block. These are Bod Squatters in the back. Jamie Konomak, one of the Bod Squatters setting up. Sidney Zimmerman, and look at Loden, goes right through the Bod Squatters like they weren't even there. And now it's Stacy Blitz who would drop back, realized she couldn't catch Loden to block, and a great, great jam by Denise Loden, who picks up 3 big points.
And here we see Denise Loden break through the Bod Squatters, goes after a third. And don't forget that she is holding, you see that knee brace on her left knee there. Finally, she goes around Stacy Blitz. That can't feel good. What a great play by Denise Loden.
And I would imagine a very unhappy Stacy Blitz is standing by trackside with our Broadway Danny Wolf.
Stacy Blitz, it's no surprise that you would be going after Denise Loden right from the start of today's game.
You know, she's just jealous of us. You know, we look good, we skate good. She's just jealous. Of course she's going to go after us.
I don't necessarily know that Denise Loden is jealous of the Bod Squad, but no question it has become personal. Denise Loden out to show single-handedly she can handle the Quakes Bod Squad. Now we're underway with another jam, and breaking out for the Sundogs and the California Quakes. This is Amy Craig getting the whip. This is a feature for the Quakes, and she's record at 55 miles an hour, but has gone as fast as 61.
And both these teams seem to be sending similar jammers out together. You see the bent-over Eric Heiden-esque style of these two. I tell you what, Ken, they are moving fast, and they're coming up in the pack right now. Wow.
And it's Amy Craig right up on the front, and now down goes Debbie Rice. Amy Craig has got a shot all her own. Stacy Blitz puts down one of the other Sundogs. Great move against some teamwork, surprising amount of teamwork staying early on the part of the California Quakes. Amy Craig gets up and Stacy Blitz nails Dina Lombardo. Great move, and now Amy Craig calls it off by putting her hands on her hips. That signifies the end of the jam.
And right here you see the Bod Squad. First you see Stacy Blitz knocking down, I believe that was Suzanne Chalene. Then she goes on a little bit. We're going to stay with Amy Craig here. You see another angle. Stacy Blitz with a big elbow to Gina Lombardo a little bit later. And she paves the way for Amy Craig to come through. What a great play and what a great teamwork by the California Quakes.
And the Quakes are back in the lead, 5-4, winning away with this jam. As the Jammers now remember, after the beginning of the period, starts in the back of the pack. And right now, this is Debbie Rice breaking out for the Sundogs, and she's being chased by Malibu's Stacy Blitz of the Bod Squad. This should be interesting. The physical Stacy Blitz, the speed of Debbie Rice, and Denise Loden now catching up. 2-on-1 right now for the Florida Sundogs as we near the 30 seconds. Oh, a great whip from Denise Loden to speed up Debbie Rice, and at the same time just nails Stacy Blitz to the track.
Well, that was a single tomahawk by Denise Loden, and not only that, she added insult to injury by living up to her threat by knocking Stacy Blitz on her rear end.
And here comes Debbie Rice closing on the pack, 15 seconds to go. Debbie Rice now with a great opportunity. She's got Denise Loden protecting her backside, and this is Stacy Blitz. Oh, look at that. Debbie Rice goes right by her. A great move, and now, again, Blitz goes into the railing. Denise Loden passes her by. What a great jam for the Florida Sundogs.
And I got to tell you, Ken, in this battle between Denise Loden and Stacy Blitz, Denise Loden threatening Stacy Blitz to show that they can play. She's definitely getting the better of the two.
The Florida Sundogs move back in front 6-5, and now it's Blitz and Denise Loden. We knew this was going to happen all night long.
Well, I'll tell you, they don't stop when the clock stops or when the jam stops. They're going at it, and our referees have to separate the two. These guys are really putting out every effort, both between jams and during.
And you see Stacy Blitz working her hair, and now Broadway Danny Wolf is standing by with Denise Loden.
Denise, it's no surprise that the Bod Squad strategy and Stacy Blitz, it's to hurt you tonight.
They're not going to hurt me. It takes 3 of them to equal 1 of me. I'll take them all down.
How does the leg feel? This is your first game back from the injury. How do you feel? You skated your first quarter.
My leg feels great. It's ready to go. We're ready for a victory.
Good luck to you, Denise.
Thank you.
You've got to like Denise Loden. She's physical, but always within the rules. And speaking of rules, here's a close look at the rules of the WSL.